Mexico is a member of NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, and that means that they can export their goods and services into the United States without paying tariffs. Now, if you're a car maker looking to get an edge, that is a crucial issue for you. So Mexico has effectively become a staging post into this hotly contested and highly prized market for automakers.
Obviously, the United States is still concerned there's some security issues in that state. How are you able to reassure BMW that it's a safe place to base themselves?
Well, we didn't have to reassure them. They have made several expeditions.
We're here on Manhattan's Upper West Side to gauge how some businesses are reacting to that price hike. Are you going to be paying more for your margarita?
Meet Mauricio Betancourt. The 31-year-old entrepreneur is testing his latest design at an army base.
Everything's still intact in the protected area. As you can see in the backplate, we have no deformation.
And that armor is used to create panels like this, which are placed into the floor of the aircraft, which is most vulnerable to ground attack.
The chairman and chief exec of BlackRock is Larry Fink. He spoke to Nick Parker and said the American economy is re-energizing.
The US Federal Reserve is meeting shortly. Do you think they will begin a process of tapering?
I think it's essential that they begin as soon as possible. The Federal Reserve in the last year and a half has been purchasing as much as 80% of the new debt creation in the United States.
0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 5 seconds. For designer and owner Daniel Mastretta, fast cars are in his blood.
So we're actually going to do this?
Yes, of course.
We headed out to the countryside for a test drive. Having never been in a sports car before, the acceleration was alarmingly fast.
In the wake of the reform agenda of the president, you had to lose a bit of market share, but I just wondered overall, do you think the reforms have helped to encourage investment?
I think maybe, well, by sure in the energetic.
The well behind me is currently extracting oil from the Kutmalup Zarb oil field. That's Mexico's most productive field right now, yielding about 850,000 barrels every day, which is about a third of Pemex's total output. Welcome to our viewers around the world. You're watching continuing special coverage of Greece's referendum. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Parker at CNN Center, and it is shaping up to be a dramatic day. Greeks have just hours left to cast their ballots in a crucial referendum. The outcome could determine whether Greece accepts another bailout or leaves the Eurozone after years in an economic slump. And John, as you know, all of this raises the wider issue of the potential fallout on the Eurozone and the risk of contagion. Now, some people are saying that the ECB has kept yields on vulnerable members quite low due to quantitative easing, that the banking system is in better shape than it was in 2012, and the same with some of the economies. I mean, how much of a threat do you think contagion is at this stage?
A bombed-out restaurant, an ominous presence on this Tampico street corner. Yet the city is a future nerve center for Mexico's energy industry. There is still a long way to go. Late in the afternoon, we got word of a military operation underway.
So we just arrived at a crime scene in daylight hours, just outside the main downtown area of Tampico. Behind me, you can see that the army are here. Just over here, you see the federal police, the gendarmeria, and they are attending the scene of a body lying in the street.
The man had been shot in the head, execution style.
Another top topic for the continent is the issue of China, which was Africa's biggest trading partner and still is. How do you think Africa's relationship with China will evolve over the coming years, and what role will the bank play in that, do you think?
Malawi's president tells CNN China built 5 major projects last year.
At this stage, you haven't seen Chinese investment decrease?
No, not really. I don't think so. Because this is a fairly new phenomenon, so it'll take some time, I think, before it really reflects.
So a continent certainly adjusting to a new economic landscape. But many people here are hoping that a time of challenge can be turned into opportunity. Nick Parker, CNN, New York.